Arsenal are playing their second game of the UEFA Europa group stage in there for you, and they are playing the weakest team into this group, which goes by names of Bodo, and they're hosting it at Emirates. And after hosting at the Emirates next Thursday, they'll fly down to a side which goes by the names of Bodo to play it there, because it's going to be a double tie. Remember, Arsenal would have been playing their third game in this group, but their game against PSV at Emirates was really cancelled because of the death of the Queen, and it couldn't go ahead into a side which goes by the names of London. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys, and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Now, today is really a very great day, and obviously Mikel Arteta has done a press conference as far as Arsenal is concerned. Arsenal versus Bodo is concerned, and I'm here to bring you a little bit of the breakdown of this game of football. Remember, Arsenal won their first game against FC Zurich 2-1 away, and that was a very huge win for Arsenal. And obviously, if they go ahead to win against Bodo and they win the double tie against Bodo, they'll be 9 points, and they'll be having a double tie with the team which goes by names of Ajax. And obviously, they'll just need to go ahead and really beat Ajax, and obviously a team which goes by the name of FC Zurich, and they'll be topping the table. And remember, when you top the table in the UEFA Europa League, you don't play the round of 32. Remember, the round of 32 consists of teams that have really finished second in the group stage of the UEFA Europa League versus teams that have really accomplished third in what we call the Champions League group stages in there for you. So I think I've really schooled you very well as far as that is concerned. Now, Arsenal comes into this game with a very huge boost after beating a side which goes on Spurs by 3-1. Remember, Gabriel Jesus was on target. Who else? Gabriel Jesus was on target, Thomas Partey was on target, and Grant Xhaka were on target, and obviously they are really high. But I don't believe that the manager is going to make some good changes to really do a little bit of rotation, because on Sunday Arsenal is playing a side which goes by the names of Liverpool at the Emirates, and you wouldn't like to get out your first team players and really play them a lot in this game of football, apart from some serious injuries that Arsenal have really gone ahead to encounter. And obviously these players are proving to be injury prone. This is where I tell people that the physios of Arsenal, or the medical department of Arsenal, needs to be questioned as to why these injuries are really keeping recurring, because the same players are really getting injured again and again and again. And in this match preview, I'm going to bring you in the lineup. I'm going to show you some players that are really out into that Arsenal starting 11 that would have really played tomorrow a very huge role to really give a rest to most of the players of a side which goes by names of Arsenal. So smash the like button, comment and share. Rokani David is my name, and let's get into this because you really want it badly in here onto the Rokani Media Football. So when you look at this Arsenal team versus Bodo, the Mikel Arteta man is the manager of Arsenal, is going to go with a system of 4-2-3-1. Remember, when he was playing away at Zurich, he went with a 3-5-2 system. He played with the back three of Tomiyasu, Gabriel Magalhaes, and Rob Holding. This time around, when they're at the Emirates, I really believe that he's going to go with a 4-2-3-1, because it's a system that's going to suit him very well because of the variability of the players that are skilled to really fit in this. If at all the entire full squad was here, he might have really changed the system and went in for something else. But in that 4-3 system, we expect Matt Turner, the goalkeeper that came in from America, and obviously to start in there for you. He played very well against FC Zurich, apart from some blunders really put up through, but you expect that for a goalkeeper who is just coming in and making his debut for Arsenal into that game of football, especially competitive debut for a side which goes by names of Arsenal. I believe Matt Turner is going to come in and really play a very huge role into that goal picking department, and Ramsdale is going to be rested for that Liverpool game. Marquinhos Tomiyasu returning into the right back of Arsenal. I believe he's going to play very well that side to go ahead and be the proof the manager, please. However much you now suit Ben White ahead of me, I believe I still have some energy in my legs to come up and really get the job done for a side which goes by Arsenal. And so Tomiyasu Takahiro has not started any Premier League game ever since the season started, and he started his first competitive game for Arsenal this season when Arsenal was beating FC Zurich by 2-1, and that is Takahiro Tomiyasu. Obviously, Ben White playing a huge role into that right back position of a side which goes by the name of Arsenal, and this is a chance for Tomiyasu to show Mikel Arteta that, please, I want my place back. I'm better than Ben White. Now, we go to the left back. Obviously, Kieran Tierney is going to start with the left back of Arsenal. Reason being, Zinchenko is injured, and even if Zinchenko would have been fully fit, I don't believe the manager would have given him this game of football, because he played close to 70 minutes in that game of Spurs, and Kieran Tierney came in through and played the rest of the minutes. But Zinchenko is injured. Zinchenko is injured, and he has not been spotted in the Arsenal training today, and that shows you how bad the Arsenal medical team is really doing, because if at all you can really lose the same players in the same team to injuries, you get for Zinchenko, it's like 3 times has been injured this season. He missed out on games of Fulham and Aston Villa. He returned in the Manchester United game. Then after that, he missed out on the international break to go on and play for Ukraine. Then later, he returned to play for a side which goes by the name of Arsenal in the game of Tottenham Hotspur. And obviously, he's getting an injury. So let's wait and see what is going to happen in that game of Liverpool, whether he'll be back or not. But obviously, he's out for this game, and Kieran is going to play a full 90 minutes for a club which goes by the names of Arsenal. Let's go to the central defenders. Obviously, Rob Holding comes in for Saliba to go on and really play into that part or that position very well of the right side of the central defense, alongside Gabriel Magalhaes, a player that is not held enough because Saliba comes in with all his excitement and his talent. But I believe, guys, this is the main man in that Arsenal central defense that really gives Saliba everything, because most of the dirty work is done by Gabriel Magalhaes, and Saliba goes ahead to do the needful and really do the clean work. But he can also do the dirty work because he has the physicality. But to me, I believe the most important man in that Arsenal defense is Gabriel Magalhaes. Though we have not yet gone to realize it, but the day he really gets an injury and is out, that's when people will get to know that this guy is really important, because the Premier League is a league that really deals with physicality of these defenders, and obviously you won't like it to go on and really face a player who is physical there without Gabriel Magalhaes. This guy is really a revelation. Let's go to the midfield pivot of Arsenal. We expect Granit Xhaka to start again in the foyer. He was named the Arsenal player for the month of September, played very well, and he opened up his account again into this month by scoring against Spurs in a very good goal that he really looked composed at a side which goes by the names of Emirates. Alongside a man who goes by the names of Sambi Lokonga, who came in through and played 18 minutes in that game of Arsenal versus Spurs when Thomas Partey was really taken off after scoring that worldie. Obviously, Thomas Partey deserves a rest, and there is no reason as to why the manager would go in and really bring in a player who goes by the names of Thomas Partey into this game, because it's not all that a team that's going to go on and really expose Arsenal. I do believe that the likes of Thomas Partey will start coming in through in the round of 16, the quarterfinal, the semi-final. Maybe if at all Arsenal reaches the final, I think that's when they will come in through and do the needful. But I believe in these remaining games, Thomas Partey is really going to be playing only games into the Premier League, because Arsenal is going to play Liverpool into the Premier League on Sunday, and you can't really risk one of your best players that is going to go on and really do that single pivot role for you at a side which goes by names of Emirates when Arsenal is playing Liverpool. So I believe that double pivot is going to be having Sambi Lokonga and a player who goes by the name of Granit Xhaka in there to get that job done very, very well. The composure of Sambi Lokonga is really great, and I really believe everyone is so much amazed about a lad who goes by the names of Sambi Lokonga. Then everyone is going to be worried as to why, and surprised as to why I'm putting Odegaard into this mix. The reason as why I'm putting Odegaard in this mix is that it's rumored or confirmed Fabio Vieira has picked up an injury. He came injured. He has just played like 3-4 games for Arsenal. He played against FC Zurich. He played against Manchester United. He played against which side? Brentford. Got some minutes against Spurs, and he's back to injury. And this is what is really going to ruin the season of Arsenal. Good players are there, but they're really getting injuries, and this is something that you wouldn't like to find or face at your club like Arsenal and really on top of the Premier League table. And you need players like Odegaard to be fully fit for a side which goes by the names of Liverpool. And Odegaard being the captain, playing 2 games per week is not bad, because it's the order of the day, and having increased the number of substitutions to be 5, it's okay. But who else can come in and play into that role if at all this guy really gets an injury, especially a player who goes by Martin Odegaard in this game of Bodo? Reason being, Fabio Vieira is injured, would have taken that spot, and obviously a player who goes by the names of Odegaard comes in through. But they're telling us that Zinchenko and Fabio Vieira not being part of the training today at London Colney was a precautionary move, and you never know, he might come in through. But for me, hearing that he's injured, I don't believe the manager will risk him to go on and play, because it's not something called for, and this game is not going to really require Arsenal to put in even a 3rd gear. If at all they really put in a 2nd gear, they can win this game. And if at all they win it early enough, obviously everything will go on as happened, and it will really get to the winning result, to a side which goes by the names of Arsenal. Not so. Then we go to the right. Marquinhos, a man who really made a debut for Arsenal, a competitive debut against FC Zurich, and scored, comes in through to start into this game of football again after scoring against Zurich and putting up a very thrilling performance. He scored a goal and put in an assist for a lad who goes by the names of Edin Ketia, and obviously Marquinhos is really the man of the season and is doing in very well. Bukayo Saka needs some rest, and obviously this game you can't really force him on, and he'll just go on and really do the needful. I will believe that the game that Bukayo will start will be the game of PSV. I think we'll start that. But these games, FC Zurich, Bodo, I don't see him starting. It's going to be a man who goes by the names of Marquinhos to go ahead and really play that side, and I believe he has really gone ahead to prove himself that he's one of those best players that are really looking good and upcoming. Then Reece Nelson returning from injury, the manager talking good about him, that he has returned from injury and is really fully fit, and I believe that's going to start, because even Martinelli requires a rest. With the intensity that Arsenal is going to use in the game of Liverpool, there is no way why you should really put in your players, especially those players that really start for your Arsenal side, like Saka, Martinelli, Thomas Partey, Ben White, William Saliba, and very many others into this game of such a caliber. But that doesn't mean that they're not going to be on the bench. They will be on the bench and studying or monitoring the system or the situation at the side which goes by the names of Arsenal as they play this side. If at all the game really goes from good to ugly, they can come on and really get the job done in a nick of time. Then guess who's leading the line? Obviously, it's the man who goes by names of Edin Ketia. According to me, he's going to lead the line, and when he led the line against FC Zurich, he scored, though he really costed Arsenal a penalty in the first half. But obviously, he really scored the winner for that game. And Gabriel Jesus is going to be rested as he prepares himself to go ahead and really face a side which goes by the names of Liverpool. So, to me, that's the predicted starting 11 of Arsenal. I don't know who do you think should be in or out. And that's what I believe Mikel Arteta is going to come out and really put up. So, my prediction, I believe Arsenal is going to go some 4-0. Arsenal 4, Bodo 0. I believe they are going to destroy a side which goes by names of Bodo badly at the Emirates. And if you believe you have a prediction that is not like that of mine, all right, go ahead into the comment section and get me your prediction down there. Smash the like button, comment and share, and subscribe to this channel if you're only watching us for the very first time. But bad news coming from the Arsenal camp is that Zinchenko and Fabio Vieira have not participated in the training today and they look injured. So let's wait and see what the manager is going to tell us after that game and in the press conference on Friday as they face a side which goes by the names of Liverpool. So Mikel Arteta is one of those managers that are really doing a very good job. Arsenal is on top of the table and everyone is really convinced with how they are really getting this job done and obviously doing the needful to really get Arsenal to the sides they're supposed to be. So thank you guys for watching in. I sign out for now. See you later. I hand you over the Almighty Lord and may Him protect you abundantly. Rokani David is my name. I'm out. Let's see which story are we coming back with, because a lot of transfer stories have been thrown out there by a man who goes by the names of Fabrizio Romano and very many others sources. I'm out.